Bet you think I've gone nuts. I have. It's fun. That was a bossa nova, in case you didn't recognize it. Just playing out a little deal with my hands. Been a drummer for since I was 16. No drums around, so I use my hands, my mouth. Wakia here, getting into the rhythm of the day. You got to do that. You got to just let go sometimes. I call it the bossa nova of life. The bossa nova of life. If you've ever heard of bossa nova, or if you've ever turned on any kind of carnival music, samba, the samba. Samba de Orpheus is a good song. Sambas are a little bit different rhythm than bossa novas. They're a little up. Your state of mind should be totally let go, totally free, totally erotic, totally sensual, totally open. And dancing. When's the last time you were alone in your house, and instead of sitting around worrying or watching TV, or you put on some hardcore salsa or whatever turns you on? That's what turns me on. Brazil, yeah, baby. Sambas, walking on the beach, free, if you know what I mean. That's what you should be thinking about daily. Instead of this shit we're thinking about, you should be walking through the rhythm of life. There's some real nice bossa nova stations on. There's some real nice salsa on the internet. So tune in to that for a while. The bossa nova of life. The swinging and the swaying, the opening up of the chakras. Base chakra, yeah. I think so. With a samba, you have to kind of swing your hips. So that opens the base chakra, okay? Dancing is good. See, this is the point I'm trying to make here, people. And evoking that spirit. Now, I know there's a lot of prudes out there. Some won't even touch each other when they dance. Or anyway, good riddance to those people. You have to be bopping with the rhythm of life. Okay, you have to be grooving in the groove. That's the only way that you're going to get through this shit. In fact, my recommendation is that you just turn on bossa nova music or samba music, or any music that turns you on, that moves you, that moves your ass, okay, that moves your center, that moves your spirit, all of that. Tribal ritual is what that is. Dancing. The bossa nova of life, the war drum of life, the sensuous drum of life, everything is a dance in life, okay? And some people are real stiff. I won't mention any names, but I think they live in somewhere back east in a big white house. Wonder if they have an ounce of friggin' soul in their body. That's what you got to do. You gotta be sensual. You gotta swing and sway with the. When's the last time you got up and just shaked your booty in your house with nobody watching? Just letting go, feeling free, like you were out on a dance floor, letting loose. That's what natives do when they want to release tension. You ever notice that? The pagans and the natives dancing around campfires? Gee, I wonder why they did that. I think it was maybe because they wanted to, like, let go of dark spirits and summon a good spirit in themselves, of dancing and feeling good and just chanting and yeah, yeah, yeah. I think so. I think that's what that might be all about, summoning spirits that are feel-good spirits, you know. Opening the chakras, that movement. That's why the twirling Kurdish, or whatever they call them, no, what do they call them? I'll get it right here. The whirling dervishes, twirling Kurdish. They're going to love me for that one. The whirling dervishes are dancers that stick out their arms and they rotate around in a clockwise circle, and they get going faster and faster and faster in the middle of the floor. And they, or anywhere out in nature, better be on level ground though, and don't overdo this. In fact, don't do it if you think you're going to fall down. But a whirling dervish will whirl around with his arms straight out, and when that happens, it opens up all your chakras in your body. Okay? It opens them all up, and it gets them all. And when you rotate your hips, okay, in a circular fashion, in a clockwise fashion, say like you're polishing the inside of a big tube, you know, you're going around and around and around, okay, that's really good, because that opens your base chakra, or your first two chakras, which are basically your sexual chakra and your one up from that, which is closely connected. In the back, it's called Ming Min in Chinese, the life gate. So when you go out and dance, it feels good, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel good to dance and just let go and not let go of all inhibitions? And I mean it. Let go of every inhibition that you ever had about yourself, or what other people might think, or is this right that I'm doing this, or ooh, I'm having kind of, my thoughts are, I've never thought those thoughts before. As you're dancing around, allow them to come in. Allow those good feelings, those thoughts of like throwing away guilt about anything. Okay? Throwing away cares, throwing away worry, throwing away all of that shit, and just, yeah, baby, I'll get it. Get down and shake the booty, okay? It's good for you. And if you're married, or if you're not married, or whatever, get into the erotic thing. You can get into it anyway. Just, you know, state of mind. And that gets a certain energy flowing, the Kundalini energy. Thing is you don't want to get into this rote way of going out the door in the morning and coming in and just walking around like a robot, man. You want to walk with a little, you know, a little rhythm in your moves, okay? And you want to stretch muscles that haven't been stretched before. You know what I'm saying? Because in yoga, when you do certain moves, right, you stretch certain muscles and then you release. It's a tension and release thing, okay? So when you're, like, if you're dancing, you might tense certain parts of your body in certain moves, but then you feel that tension, you let go of it, and you just flow with it, and you just let the energy flow through you. Shit, it's like having good sex. Seriously. And people need to do that. I don't care what age you are. It keeps you young, okay? It keeps the energy flowing through you. Doesn't matter what's going on around you or whatever circumstance you're in. I don't care. It makes you feel better. And when people submit to, like, you know, gotta walk bent over and with my head hung low, it's over, man. When you submit to that, I mean, and most people, this is the sad part, okay? Most people are rigid, you know. They're not, okay, Thunder, Wakia here, Thunder, whatever you want to call me, is into a non-rigid mentality. Basically, anything goes that's good for you. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got to let go of any kind of rigid thought, okay, that makes you conform to any kind of, that makes you feel guilty. If you're dancing around in the middle of the floor and let's say you start throwing your clothes off or whatever, do you feel guilty about it? What if you wanted to get down into a little, what do you call it again, breechcloth? Yeah, I think that's what it's called, the way we used to walk around, free, no clothes, maybe an animal skin or a hide, or can you imagine, you know, the first, and the, you know, the beads, maybe feathers in the hair. What's that sound like to you? Oh, that sounds like an Indian. Dancing around a campfire. Guess that's the reason they called us savages. Well, anyway, I guess they'll get over it at some point. That's the big thing, man. Life's a bossa nova, so get over it. Get over it. And I'm finding the more we dwell on this stuff of the world, that shit makes you older, man. It gives you gray hairs. Look at how many gray hairs I got concerning myself with mindless shit. Why concern yourself with it? You know? You get my drift? It's, if people only knew, I mean, if they only knew how to have a real good time, I don't think people know what it means to feel good anymore, to feel good, to feel free, to feel unencumbered, to feel like I can do any fucking thing I want. Because they've been in a box so long by society that we might as well nail it shut. I mean, don't get that way, people. Bossa nova. Okay? Jazz, whatever turns you, anything but heavy metal. Okay, there goes all my heavy metal fans, but geez, isn't the world heavy metal? I think so. Maybe that's what went wrong. People started listening to the wrong kind of music. I will judge you by your music to a certain extent. If I hear you listening to I won't make any enemies here, so. And I like all kinds of music, don't get me wrong. I mean, even Ray Charles sings country and western, and I like country and western. I've actually played country and western, but I played salsa too. I have my preferences as a drummer. And it's the jazz of life too, you know. It's not the bossa nova. It is the bossa nova, but I'm saying it's the jazz and bossa nova because you improvise on a theme with jazz. Bossa nova is just kind of repetitive, which is cool too, because then that puts you in like a trance state, okay? And then when you're in the trance state, you can just open up the channel to that. That's why natives and people go, oh, trance. Man, I don't know about that. Guess what, people? You're in a trance. If anything, this is taking you out of the trance. So I say trance because it's like, it's almost an oxymoron to say that, because we're in a trance already, and it's not a good one. And so when you put yourself in another trance, okay, a happy trance, hey, I'm smiling, I'm moving, I'm feeling good. Where's my mate? Where's my, it's better. And this is all of this stuff that I talk about. I always say it's about energy. It's always about energy, right? And that's what I mean. Within you, the yin yang within you, and the yin yang outside of you. I'm coming to the conclusion that it's best to look at life as a bossa nova and a romance, and forget all the BS that comes your way. And don't let the small shit get you down. We do that often, don't we? We talk about shit that's like, who cares? You get to a certain point. People have really got on my ass about this, because I made a comment one time about, who cares? I was almost being facetious, but I wasn't. It was like, who gives a shit about any of this stuff? Let go of it. What good is it going to do you? I think I put on there, I got more comments, and it was on somebody else's channel. I'm sure they were happy about that. There's hundreds of comments just off that one comment I made, which is probably the reason I made it in the first place, is to like trigger some people out of their shock, or out of their, use shock treatment to trigger people out of their complacency. I said something to the effect of, who cares? Detach from it. Shit, they're still trying to figure out who killed Kennedy. I mean, seriously. I think Yeshua said, today's anxiety is enough for today, and take no thought on tomorrow, or whatever. That almost sounds like, party today, live life to the fullest, and because it ain't going to be here too much longer. It goes pretty quickly. So get all the gusto you can. And even when you think you're in a routine, or you got to be in a routine, that doesn't mean you can't get up in the morning or at night. I like late at night. I like the morning too. As far as dancing, I might start dancing or doing, Tai Chi. Now, when I do my martial arts, that's what makes me a little bit more, let's say it gives me a little bit more edge in the martial arts. Because when you're a drummer, okay, you're doing moves in rhythm, and you're separating all four limbs because you're playing a drum set. So you get your cymbal here, okay, and you got your snare and tom-toms and your bass and your hi-hat, and so you're dividing your mind up into four different rhythms. And I've been doing this for like 40 years, okay? So your mind's divided, you're ambidextrous, okay, on both the top and bottom levels. And then you're letting this energy flow through you in rhythm, and you're making these quick little snaps or flashes at the cymbal, and splashes and accents and the music and the jazz. Doo-doo, ba-da, you know what I'm saying? So when you get that and you incorporate it into a martial art, you might put a little bit more rhythm, or a little bit more twist, or you might use a bunch of punches and rhythm, man. Pepper that guy with rhythm, or whoever's attacking you. So it's all a dance. Okay, it's the dance of life. dance of life and death, the dance of the universe, the dance of the cosmos, the dance of... So what the problem is that mankind has got into this untribal state of mind where he don't allow himself to dance anymore. It's healing. It's de-stressing. Do it. Don't even think about it. Put on it. Do it right now after this video. Get up. Stick something on you like that's really good. Preferably no lyrics, because see, when you get into lyrics and oldies and goodies and all that shit, put on a generic bossa nova with no words, like on certain radio stations that are out there on the air, on the internet. Just pick smooth bossa nova and get up, or samba or salsa, and move, baby. That's good advice. And if you don't take it, well then you're missing out. And you should, that rhythm of life is in everything, okay? When you're making love and tantra and the energy, okay? I've talked about that before. I've done whole videos on sacred sex, okay? And this is part of that. This is part of the tantra, the moving of the energy, the keeping it going, keeping the juices flowing, okay? You got to do that. You can't deny yourself that at any time, way, shape, or you know, life's too fucking short. So get out there and shake your booty. And don't worry about, or do whatever you want to do if you're creative, if you're an artist, if you're a musician, if you're a... But it's got to be right brain, okay? Creative side. Because we need to let go of the left brain sometimes, which is the analytical side. Could be the yang side, the type A personality side, or whatever. You need to let go of that. Just say, I don't have to answer to anybody. I don't have to figure out anything. I don't have to worry about anything. I'm not going to worry about anything because that's what they want me to do. That's what the dark energy forces out there want you to do. They want you to worry and calculate and, God, how am I going to make it to next month? And try going with the flow. Try going with the flow for a while and see if it changes your life. Shit, at least it'll change your outlook on life. You might not get rich overnight, or you might not be like you want to be, but if you're dancing around to bossa novas and you're ridding your mind of anything else, and you'll find all kinds of thoughts start coming up in your mind. You'll see. And you know what? While I'm at it, why don't you add your favorite beverage or your favorite substance that relaxes you? Okay? You can do that too. That'll help you get into it. Half a glass of wine, whatever turns you on. I'm not judgmental. Tribal people use herbs, okay? I'll leave it at that. Whatever makes you feel good, whatever then go out and put on the music. You don't want to be like out of your mind or anything. Just enough to take the edge off, right? That's it. Do it. Get sensual, get erotic, move, shake your booty. Get tribal. Because dance is tribal. You ever seen jazz dance? You ever seen some of that stuff? I mean, and the Brazilian dance, some of those Brazilian dancers, that's sensuality to the max. That's enjoying life to the max. Can I move to Rio? Walk on some white beaches down there? Nude, whatever. I've done that before too. I've flown to beaches when I was a pilot. I've flown south, down south, and landed on beaches that were nobody there except me and my significant other, the woman that I had with me. And we just walked freely down the beach without seeing another soul. That's the kind of state of mind you want. That tropical, swaying in the breeze, bossa nova state of mind. Okay? You could just say to yourself, I'm going into that bossa nova state of mind. Doesn't matter whether you listen to bossa novas, you know what I'm talking about. So do it, people. You'll love it. Make it a part of you, make it something like a ritual that you do at least every couple of days. Okay? And if you can get a partner, all the better. I mean, I won't even go there. That's, if they only knew what you could do with energy and two people that are on the exact same page, or at least for that period of time while you're, let's say, letting the energy flow between you. Okay. You're letting that energy just circulate and arouse and flow. The spirit of movement together. Get my drift? There's a saying, the older the violin, the sweeter the music. I think that might be appropriate in my case. In fact, I know it's appropriate in my case. So I can only go by personal experience. It feels good, people, to just be yourself and let go and enjoy life. There's too many people that want to control your life. Too many people want to control your life. And that's it. So you have to be yourself, It feels good just to be yourself. And yourself is, your real self is wanting to be happy, isn't it? And letting go and dancing. When are the most happy times in your life? Think about it. Dancing, being with someone in love. Is it really hard to figure out that what the driving force of life is? Okay. It's love in some way, shape, or form. Okay. That's what it is. It's either romantic love, it's either outright, erotic love, lust, perpetuation of the species. It's inborn in us, hello, and animals too. You see them getting uptight about anything? Two dogs running around, barking at each other, having a good time? Or whatever animals. Do they care? I don't think so. So just take that into consideration as far as something you might want to do, something you might want to start doing. God knows we talk about negative things enough. Let's talk about fun shit. And cramming as much of that into our life as we can and ignoring all the chaotic bullshit around us. Making time out for ritual. Ritual dance. Okay. The dance of energies, the dance of movement, the dance of physicality, the dance of eroticism, the dance of sensuality with the universe. And these idiots out there have lost all that, and most people trudging around day to day. When the husband comes home or the wife comes home, they don't even have sex anymore. It's like, what? Oh, I'm tired tonight, honey. Or, what's that? I'm busy. Let's pick up the kids. That sounds like fun. No, you need to get the kids out of the house. That sounds like fun. Anyway, have fun with your life, people, and enjoy it more, and dance and do ritual and be tribal and just let it all. I mean, if you've ever seen people that really get tribal dancing around a campfire, glistening bodies, all that stuff, just letting it, shaking rattles, pounding drums, shaking it loose. That's what you got to do. So think about that for a while and do the samba. Adios, amigas and amigos.